This time, it really might have been the most dramatic finale in Bachelorette history. Rachel Lindsay ended her landmark season as the first Black Bachelorette by joining Chris Harrison at the top of the triple hour. She commented on the show as it aired and reunited with her exes as they were eliminated in a show first. She also had another first, 3 finalists going into the finale instead of 2, Brian Abasolo, Peter Krause, and Eric Bigger. So who did Rachel pick? Warning, huge spoiler ahead. Rachel chose, drumroll please, Brian. The Colombian chiropractor got down on one knee and popped the question. Rachel's choice remains a trailblazing one, as Brian joins a small handful of diverse winners in the show's combined 34 seasons. So how did Rachel and Brian get to the top of a castle for the big moment? Let's break it down. Early on in the episode, Rachel eliminated Eric after the fantasy suite dates in a traditional rose ceremony, and then there were 2, Brian and Peter. Peter had shared his hesitations about proposing as the season went on, saying he wasn't sure if he'd be quite ready to get down on one knee at the end. Rachel, on the other hand, had been adamant about wanting a fiancé at the end of her journey and not a boyfriend. So when it came time for Peter and Rachel's last date, they had to talk about the looming proposal. The conversation turned into what may be the most heart-wrenching breakup in Bachelorette history. Peter said he wanted to continue to be together, but couldn't commit to proposing. So Rachel ultimately told him that if he wasn't ready, she didn't want him to continue being on the show, saying, "My fear is you don't have that same level of commitment." Things got seriously emotional as Peter sobbed into his sweater and Rachel literally cried her eyelashes off. And Peter, who had been watching and crying again backstage, then came out to join Rachel and Chris Harrison on the couch in what turned out to be another difficult encounter. When Harrison brought up a comment Peter had made about how a life without him would be one of mediocrity, Rachel did not accept his apology, saying, "I'm living my best life." After all that drama was over, it was time for Rachel to choose the only guy left, Brian. In the middle of what appeared to be a windstorm, Brian, who has a way with words, told Rachel, "When we first kissed, it was literally like a chemistry bomb had exploded. I'm completely head over heels, totally, absolutely in love with you. I just hope you feel the same." Rachel told Brian she did, and then accepted his proposal with a resounding yes, only one day after Peter's intense and unplanned goodbye. Never before on The Bachelorette has a runner-up not made it to the proposal site. The decision caused a mixed reaction from Bachelor Nation on Twitter, with some understanding why she chose Brian over Peter given that he couldn't commit. Meanwhile, others thought she should have chosen Peter, as he was realistic about the show's timeline to love, and many hoping for Peter to be the next Bachelor. But according to Harrison, the next guy to hand out roses won't be revealed until after Bachelor in Paradise has had some time on the air. So, Bachelor Nation, I've got to hear from you. What do you think about last night's dramatic finale and Rachel's decision? Be sure to let me know all your thoughts in the comments. I'm Tiffany Taylor for The Hollywood Reporter News. That was exhausting.